Greetings everyone. We warmly welcome you all to our Ask Me Anything session today. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Advocate Aashi Pawar, Deputy Vice President Legal Services from NRI Legal Services. Today, we will be talking about the procedures involved in the buying and selling process of properties in India by the NRIs. And if you have any queries, you can shoot your queries in the comment section and we will try our best to answer all the queries. So before we start, I would like my colleagues to introduce themselves. I'll start from my right.
Hello everyone, my name is Advocate Sanchit. I'm working at NRI Legal Services as a legal associate.
Hello viewers, my name is Advocate Ramandeep Kaur. I'm working as a legal associate at NRI Legal Services.
Thank you guys. So we'll start with the question and answer session. But first of all, I would like to give you a gist of the topic. So let me simplify you for you the definition of the NRI. Who is a NRI? So NRI is a person who has resided abroad for 183 days or more, or does not have a permanent residency in India. We have seen that NRIs have been actively investing in the Indian real estate market and giving a good growth to this market. So NRIs are allowed to purchase properties in India. They are allowed to purchase residential properties. They are allowed to purchase the commercial properties, but they are not allowed to purchase the agricultural land. According to Foreign Exchange Management Act, which is FEMA, so in FEMA guidelines, the NRIs are prohibited from purchasing the agricultural land in India.
Just one small addition, ma'am. NRIs are not allowed to buy farmhouses and plantations.
Yes.
The prohibition for your agricultural land goes on farmhouses and plantations.
Yes. But if you are still willing to purchase the agricultural land in India, you have to take prior permission from the Reserve Bank of India, which is very hard to crack on. It is rarely given. The permission is rarely given. So as an NRI, when you are investing in a property, you should have a clear understanding of the process involved so that you can save yourself from the future losses, right? So you should consult the legal experts in India, financial professionals in India to avoid these harms. You should be aware of all the processes involved, and you should make sure that everything is followed as per law so that you avoid all the future discrepancies, potential harms, problems, etc. So when you want to purchase the property in India, you can do that, but you have to do the due diligence before that. First of all, you should scrutinize the paperwork produced by the opposite party. You should be clear that this property is free from all sort of disputes and everything. And after that, you should definitely do physical inspection of the property. And when you are selling the property in India, you should have all the required documentation in your possession. You should have definitely your passport, your valid visa, your NRO bank statements, your PAN card, your title documents, ownership documents, allotment letters, so everything related to property.
Ma'am, one more addition to this, ma'am, original power of attorney.
Yes, power of attorney. If the property is being sold through power of attorney, so yes, you should make sure that the power of attorney is a proper legal registered document in India. So it is highly advised that when you are putting your property on sale, you should get it evaluated first. Why is it essential? Because you should know the correct market value of your property so that no potential buyer defraud you by quoting unfair prices. Because when you are selling a property, definitely you are expecting some profit out of it. So when you know the correct value of your property, you cannot be defrauded by any person. So any questions so far?
Yes, ma'am, we have one more question.
Yes.
Can I read it for you, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Hello, madam. I have a queries. Can PA to sell property in India be only given to a blood relative or somebody else? Is there any particular benefits if the PO is only given to blood relative? What are the disadvantages if PO is given outside of blood relation? Does it affect the procedure?
Okay, I'll take this question. Thank you, Shikha, for the question. Okay, so POA holder can be any person. This person can be a blood relative or a friend or a colleague or any other relative. So you should only make sure that this person is responsible enough that he will be doing the acts and deeds on your behalf, because whatever the POA holder will do on your behalf, it is considered as you have done it in the eyes of law. So the main factor lies here is that you should have complete faith, complete trust and confidence upon that person, be it a blood relative or any other person. So there is no as such any disadvantage if the POA holder is not a blood relative. He should just do the thing for which he was given the power of attorney, and you should have trust on that person that he will not go beyond the powers given to him through this power of attorney. I think this answers your question.
Ma'am, Miss Shikha is also asking,
Yeah.
does it affect the procedure?
No, it does not affect the procedure. The opposite party is not very much concerned about the relationship between the POA holder and the principal. The buyer or the opposite party will only see if the document on the basis of which this person is claiming himself to be a POA holder is a legal document. He will see all the stamps. He will see, okay, if this is a reliable document, it is legally acceptable. Only then the opposite party also will proceed further with that POA. Right? Right. Yeah. Any other question?
Ma'am, yes ma'am, we have another question from Mr. Ashok Kumar. Hello ma'am, I want to ask a question here. I'm aware that NRI cannot own agricultural land in India, but if the land belongs to ancestors, can NRI claim the right over it?
Ma'am, I think I should answer this question.
Sure.
So first of all, thank you Ashok for the question, and I'm very glad that someone has asked this question, because our advocate Aashi will tell you that she has been working extensively in Punjab where agricultural land is in abundance. So this question crops up quite frequently.
Yeah.
So your assumption is right. NRIs cannot own agricultural land in India, but the key word here, according to the FEMA guidelines, is NRIs cannot purchase agricultural land in
yes.
India. So the key word here is purchase. As long as inheritance goes, an NRI can inherit agricultural land, there is no bar against it. So the only bar is against purchasing, not on inheriting agricultural land.
Very well explained, Sanchit.
Yes.
Do we have?
Yes
Yeah.
ma'am, we have another question from Mohit Munjal. Very informative video ma'am.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you.
Please clarify my query also. I have a friend who resides in New York and he wishes to settle down here in India after a few years. He is looking for a good deal in real estate projects near Delhi. He is little suspicious and afraid that due to his unavailability, he might become a victim of fraud by the developers. Can he do something to protect his right and investment?
I'll take this question. Thank you, Mohit. Okay, so NRIs are investing in real estate, and obviously the chance of fraud is also increasing. So first of all, what your friend should do is he should do the due diligence. He should check the reputation of the builder company. He should check the history of the projects already delivered by the builder company, and then he should do the physical inspection of the property. Since he is residing abroad, if he cannot come to India for this purpose, he can ask you or any other local person to go there and inspect the property, the locality, if the roads are properly constructed or not, is there any local market, some mall or something, because it adds a value to the property. Okay, so once this is all done and your friend is ready to enter into an agreement with the builder, then he has to make sure, he should ask the builder then that when the buyer builder agreement will be signed, when will be the allotment letter issued in his name, in his favor, what will be the payment schedule, what are the expectations of the builder from your friend, and when will be the possession given to your friend. Okay, so if he is taking every necessary step before buying the property, the chances of fraud becomes very less. I think that's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, we have another question from Tejas O'Brien.
Okay.
Hello NRI family. I want to raise a question. Last year, my father passed away and his house in Barnala is vacant. We are 3 brothers. My lawyer filed an application for a house transfer in our names, but the same is stuck due to some objections. My lawyer is working on that. My father's friend wants to purchase this house and we brothers agree. But my lawyer is saying that we can't sell the house. Is he guiding us right? Why can't we sell our property? We all have no problem selling it to this buyer. Ma'am, I would like to answer
Yes,
this
please,
query.
please, Raman.
So you stated in your question only that the transfer process is under process. The transfer of a property from your deceased father to your name. So this means you don't have the ownership title. That also means you are not an actual legal owner of the property. So that's why, as per government records, the only person who can sell the property needs to have the ownership title in his hand. So therefore, your lawyer is guiding you very correctly right now. Since the property is not owned by you currently, you cannot sell the property. Even your buyer also may want to see your ownership documents, or he may close the deal with you also.
Yes.
So you can wait for the transfer process to be completed. Then after you can sell your land to the person.
Yes, obviously, if you are not the owner of the property, obviously, if your name does not reflect as the owner in the records, why would anyone purchase the property? The opposite party will definitely want to see the title documents in your favor, and still it is under the process of transfer. You have to wait till the time it is transferred in your name, and then you can proceed with the sale. Yes. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Miss Aarti Sharma.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I want your help with my property dispute. Ma'am, the builder is not giving possession of my flat. He was supposed to give possession in January. I am chasing him and he is giving excuses. I requested him to give me in writing that he will deliver the flat in the next 3 months. But he still needs to do the same. What should I do? Should I wait or file a case against him?
It's a
very common problem in India.
So first of all, Aarti, as just like ma'am said, you don't have to be afraid or scared of anything. These disputes are very common nowadays. So first of all, see, in any builder-buyer agreement, the stipulated time of delivery is expressly mentioned. It is always mentioned. In your case, I think, Raman, you said
January. January.
So your date of possession was supposed to be in January. So around 6-7 months have passed already. So I recommend, if you have trust in your buyer, you may give him some extra time to deliver the possession of your property. However, we would strongly recommend you to be in constant communication with the buyer and keep all proper records of that communication.
Maintain the communication in writing.
So because eventually we will have to file a case against the builder, we need to have proper evidence. So then when we approach the courts, in this case it will probably be the consumer courts or the RERA courts. Both these courts have...
you can approach any of them.
We can approach any of these courts.
Yes.
Both of these courts have the power to adjudicate on these matters. So when we approach the courts, we have a good amount of evidence against the buyer.
Exactly. Yes. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. We have a question from Miss Priyanka Kapoor. Hi, I am Priyanka and my uncle lives in Toronto. He wants to purchase a property in India. Are there any restriction on purchasing real estate by NRIs and PIOs? Ma'am, can I answer this query?
Yes, please.
So in India, you can purchase mostly real estate properties as far as it complies with the FEMA guidelines. As a NRI and PIOs, you cannot purchase the agricultural land. I am again clarifying this. You can purchase commercial or a residential property, but you cannot
as many properties as
you want. There is no restriction on numbers, but yes, there is a restriction. One restriction, that you cannot purchase agricultural land in India when you attain the NRI and PIO status.
Yes. NRIs can buy residential properties and can keep these properties under tenancy also. There is no restriction at all. Okay, so any other question?
Yes, ma'am. There is another question from Mr. Amit Kumar.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Amit. Thank you for these sessions. I am staying in Australia and planning to dispose of my house in Punjab. How will the funds be transferred and do I need to witness for the sale? Now, I would like to answer this also.
Please, Raman,
Yes. Hello, first of all, hello, Mr. Ash.
Amit, I guess.
Yes, sorry.
Amit.
Mr. Amit, So, yes, firstly, when it comes to witnesses, you require witnesses at the time of sale of your property. You require at least 2 witnesses, but it also varies from state to state. There are some states in which the official can also act as a witness. And when it comes to the funds, the funds which in lieu to disposable of your land needs to transfer can be repatriated. But for that also the person who wants to receive the amount, from in India we require some specific signed documents which needs to be signed by the person who lives abroad. So I hope this clarifies this question.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Ms. Ash. Hi, thank you for this session. Ma'am, I guess this is a repeated question.
Okay.
Ashwani, I have another question from Mr. Ashwani Kumar. I owned agricultural land in India before becoming an NRI. Can I now sell the land? Can I answer this query?
Yes, please.
Okay, so as I previously mentioned that you cannot purchase or buy agricultural land, but I use the term purchased. So in this, you can own the agricultural land in India, but it can be comes to you maybe before you move to abroad, or maybe it's your ancestral land. You can own the agricultural land and you have all the rights over your property as any other owner of the agricultural land. You have all your rights, and Indian law, specifically Indian law, allows you the same to sell your property in India because you own that property before moving to abroad.
Yes, because you are reflecting as owner in the agricultural land, you can definitely have you can sell it, or you have all the rights to deal with your property, right? Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Mr. Kapoor Anshu.
Okay.
Can an NRI get a home loan to buy a property in India?
Okay, I'll take this question. Thank you for your question, Mr. Kapoor. Yes, NRIs can take home loans in India like any other Indian resident from the notified banks and financial institutions. For that purpose, you should have ready documents with you, and you should have your NRE, NRO bank statements, your valid passport, valid visa, and your employment letter, proof of residence, your PAN card, etc. So if you have all these documents ready with you, you can apply for the home loan.
Yes.
Any other question?
Not as of now.
I have something to add here. When you are applying for the home loan, you should keep these things in mind, that you must be aware about the taxation laws of both the countries. Okay. So also you should be aware of the currency fluctuations. Okay, and the interest rate given to the NRIs is slightly higher because the earning and paying capacity of the NRI is generally considered better than the ordinary residents, right? Okay, so any other question?
Ma'am, yes, we have another question from Mr. Chiranjeev.
Okay.
Okay, hello Chiranjeev. मैडम मैं 2021 ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਿਲੇਟਿਵ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਿਆਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਲੈਂਡ 6 ਕਨਾਲ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੋੜਨ ਲਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਧਮਕੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਹੈਲਪ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਮ ਆਈ ਵੁੱਡ ਲਾਈਕ ਟੂ ਆਨਸਰ ਦਿਸ ਕੁਐਰੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਚਿਰਨਜੀਵ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਗ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਿਆਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕਲੌਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਖਰੀਦਦਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੁੱਕਰ ਜਾਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਮਨਾ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਚ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਜ਼ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੈਲਰ ਹੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਗ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
ਵੈਸੇ ਗੱਲ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਿਆਨੇ ਦੀ I would like to add something here. When you are entering into a contract with the builder, if you are buying some flat or something, and you have paid the token money to the builder, and after some time due to some unavoidable circumstances or when you change your mind, when you tell the builder that you are no more interested in buying that property, the builder has the right to forfeit that token amount. So it is generally 10% of the total consideration amount of the property. So as per law they are allowed to forfeit this money, and as a purchaser you cannot claim it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am, we have one question from Ms. Shalini Jaiswal.
Okay.
Hi, my friend has a house in Agra and two brothers own it. A dispute is occurring with the tenants and both brothers have filed eviction petition against them.
Okay.
One brother now wants to transfer his share in the second brother's name. The lawyer says the property is in dispute, so no transfer can be made.
Okay, I'll take this question. Okay, so since it's a tenancy dispute, I don't think so there is a problem if you want to transfer the property. Whenever ownership is under dispute, when there is a declaratory suit or the opposite party is attacking your ownership title, only then during the pendency of the case you are not allowed to do any transfer, mortgage, gift, sale, deed, something. So in your case, it is just a landlord-tenant dispute. You must be asking for the tenant's eviction, and I'm sure that they won't be attacking your ownership. Okay, so in your case, you can definitely proceed with the transfer process, and you and one of the brothers, being the landlord, can continue fighting with the tenants. There is no problem as such. I think you should convince your current lawyer that there is no such thing that if the property is under litigation, you cannot transfer it. The ownership is not under dispute. You can proceed. Yes. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Ms. Arpana Kapoor. Hello, ma'am. I have read somewhere that when you sell your property in India, the procedure is very complicated and takes a lot of time. Is it true?
Please allow me to answer this question as I am also a part of the video.
Yes. Yes.
So, Ms. Arpana, first of all, this is a very common misconception in the minds of NRIs that every process, be it selling of property, registry of property, takes a lot of time and is very complicated. You have to visit government offices again and again. I would like to specify that it depends on case to case. The procedures in India are fairly simple, but sometimes there are some external factors involved which are out of our hands.
Yes.
We have Advocate Aashi with us who has worked extensively in the matters of Punjab. So she'll be able to tell you sometimes the Tehsildar is not available or the Patwari has been transferred. We have Advocate Ramandeep who has been working extensively in the state of Gujarat.
We face a lot of problems at ground level.
So she'll be able to tell you that sometimes the Mamlatdar has not been appointed in some jurisdictions. So there is a government holiday, or there are elections, so the government officials are on election duties.
Yes.
So these are some things which are out of our hands.
Exactly.
But rest assured that the system in India works. It might work slowly, but it works surely.
Yes.
So please be reassured that your transaction, be it selling of property, registry of property, or even any legal issue, will be resolved eventually, but it might take some time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great.
So, Sanchit, I have another question. I hope you want to answer this also. क्या आप मेरी हेल्प कर सकते हैं? मेरे ग्रैंडफादर ने एक विल बनाई थी एंड उसमें सारी प्रॉपर्टी मेरे फादर को देकर उनको ऑनर बना दिया है. क्या हम अब इंडिया आकर प्रॉपर्टी सेल कर सकते हैं? ये क्वेश्चन है मिस्टर सुनील कुमार की तरफ से.
So, सुनील जी, देखिए, विल के बेसिस पे सिर्फ प्रॉपर्टी कभी सेल नहीं होती. अब जैसे यहाँ पे आपने कहा कि ग्रैंडफादर के नाम पे,
हाँ जी, ग्रैंडफादर ने विल कर दिया फादर को.
ग्रैंडफादर ने फादर को विल कर दिया. तो जब आप यहाँ इंडिया आएंगे, पहले आपको ट्रांसफर प्रोसेस फॉलो करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो आपकी प्रॉपर्टी है वो गवर्नमेंट रिकॉर्ड्स में अभी भी आपके ग्रैंडफादर के नाम पे रिफ्लेक्ट कर रही होगी. तो पहले आप इंडिया आएंगे, ट्रांसफर प्रोसेस होगा, प्रॉपर्टी ग्रैंडफादर से फादर के नाम पे आएगी, उसके बाद ही आप प्रॉपर्टी सेल कर सकते हैं. विल के बेसिस पे ऐसे सेल नहीं होती कभी.
यस. एंड अगर ये जो विल है ये अनडिस्प्यूटेड है तभी स्मूथ प्रोसेस होगा. अगर क्लास 1 लीगल हेयर्स और भी लाइन में हैं और वो इस विल को डिस्प्यूट कर रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली आपके इस ट्रांसफर पे ऑब्जेक्शन लग जाएगा और जो रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटीज हैं वो आपको कहेंगे कि आप कोर्ट से ऑर्डर लेके आइए इस बिल को इम्प्लीमेंट करवा कर. तो अगर कोई और क्लास 1 लीगल हेयर नहीं है तो आपका आराम से काम हो जाएगा. आपका स्मूथ प्रोसेस के साथ आपके नाम पे प्रॉपर्टी आ जाएगी.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Yashika Gill. Hello, everyone. I live in India, and my daughter moved to Canada 2 years ago.
Okay.
She has recently received her PR of Canada. She wants to invest in India. My query is whether we both can purchase a property jointly here in India.
Yes, you can jointly purchase the property in India. There is no restriction as such. your daughter is still having the Indian passport. So yes, definitely you can proceed.
Yes, according to the FEMA guidelines, the Foreign Exchange Management Act, it clearly says as long as you are having an Indian passport with an Indian passport holder, there is no restriction on you buying property with jointly.
Yes.
Ma'am, we have another question from
Okay.
Mr. Gaurav Jagota.
Okay.
I have heard that there is a new rule where we have to pay 2% of the stamp fee for the registration of the POA. You can explain me what is that?
Okay, so thank you for your question, Gaurav. Okay, so the government of Punjab has implemented this new rule wherein you have to pay 2% of the stamp duty when you are getting your general power of attorney registered for Punjab properties. So first thing, it is just for the general power of attorney. It is not applicable on special power of attorneys, and for those power of attorneys through which you are giving the power to sell the property. Okay, so this rule has been implemented by the government of Punjab to avoid the misuse of power of attorneys in the state. So when you are getting this power of attorney, general power of attorney registered, you have to pay 2% of stamp duty. In case you are giving it to any person who is not connected to you by blood. Okay, so if any person who is not from your family, in that case only you have to pay the stamp duty. So the blood relatives includes husband, wife, siblings, children, grandparents, parents, so these people. Okay, so if you are giving the power of attorney to any person outside the family, only then this rule is applicable. Otherwise you can go, if you are giving it to your brother, real brother, you can go get the power of attorney registered without paying any stamp duty. Right? And okay, this stamp duty is payable on 2% of stamp duty is payable on the collector rate of the property. Right?
This is a very
Okay.
good rule
Yes.
which is recently
Yes.
came. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I guess
I think we are also running out of time. So we hope we have answered all the queries, and if we have missed out on anything, you will obviously receive the response in the comment section only. And if you have any further queries, you can write us at query@nrilegalservices.com. Okay.
And don't forget to like and follow our channel
Yes.
and follow NRI Legal Services for other future AMAs.
Yes. We'll catch you next month with a new topic. Till then, stay tuned. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.